I'm Daryl.
Hang on, wait a minute. We can start.
I thought you were going to say, no, go ahead.
Okay. That's all right. We'll get it.
Action. Okay, go for it.
Hey, guys. This is Denver.
This is Daryl.
I'm Chad.
We're off the cliff.
Yeah, we're here today with a Brainiac drummer, Tyler Trent. And how you doing, Tyler?
I'm doing good.
What's up, Tyler?
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's great. And not just Brainiac drummer. I know you played with plenty of people and
Oh yeah.
along the way.
Yep.
So-
Lots and lots of bands.
Yeah. Well,
Speaking of that, what are you doing now? Are you working on anything different?
No, not really. I still play every once in a while at my church where I pastor, but for the most part, I just well, that's not true. I forgot about Brainiac.
yeah, you
Yes,
forgot.
yeah. I forgot about that. We're
Yeah.
still.
I was going to say, yeah.
Reason
what
is
is
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, we're still touring.
Yeah.
Well, I think in my back of my mind, we're like on a unusual lull for the past 3 years. We haven't done anything this year, which is odd for us. But yeah, still doing the Brainiac thing. We gotten back together, and it's been a trip. Been awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's excellent. I remember the three of us came to see you guys in Cincinnati. And,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
you know, for me, because I've known you for quite a while, over a decade, I guess, and just to see your drumming style is excellent. I just love to see you.
Yeah,
tear
you're a
into
little
it live.
different behind that kit. Than
Yeah.
and not that you're different, but there's a lot of
Yeah.
emotion, it seems like.
Yeah, I'm kind of a lunatic.
Yeah.
Which is great. I mean, it's great to see. So, were you kind of that way before, or was it something you matched? Because Tim was very animated. The whole group is, for the most part.
Or is it something kind of like
Oh yeah, 100%. It was Brainiac energy and kind of tone. So we even just rehearsing when Tim would bring songs to practice and we'd form the songs and practice for tour or whatever. It was like a live show
Every
in
practice.
the rehearsal.
Yeah.
Like breaking stuff. We loved it so much we couldn't turn it off.
Well, you can definitely see the passion when they're playing. I
Oh,
think it's
absolutely.
It's amazing to watch.
I saw an episode of KEXP that you guys played. What was that? How long ago was that?
Yeah, that was just last year.
I was
That
going to say, because I think it said 10 months ago that I saw it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it
was
seemed-
so cool. We couldn't believe it when they asked us to do that because I mean, you got like Radiohead.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Pearl Jam
Yeah.
and
I love that
crazy stuff on
KEXP
there.
channel.
So that was a really cool experience.
Yeah.
there in Seattle.
It looked like it, and I love when they're in the background and that the part in the song, I can't remember, I'm not that verse in it where you're in the back screaming.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I was like-
After that song, behind the scenes, you don't see it on the KXP thing, but they had a photographer, and I can't remember her name. She was incredible, sweetheart. And after that song, she peeked over the drum. She's like, I've never seen anybody do that before. Here
It's
on-
wild.
you,
I
you
was
almost,
like-
you almost have to go back to Keith Moon to see Lunacy.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
You
Keith
know-
Moon was very.
You know, it's funny. As a kid, I grew up like around church music. Like I went
Right.
straight from like contemporary Christian music in the '80s to punk rock.
Oh, yeah.
Like I never had a classic rock phase. I never had a hard
Oh,
rock
wow.
phase. I went
Okay.
from like church music to like Dead Kennedys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the reason I say that is I would go play and everybody'd be like, "Oh man, you really remind me of Keith Moon," and I'd be like, "Who's that?"
Yeah.
No
as a
idea.
drummer,
You
not
couldn't
to
have
know
been
who Keith
imitating
Moon-
him because
No, I
that's
had
just-
no idea.
No, it's a totally different.
They're like
feel.
the Who?
Yeah.
You know, like-
Seriously,
I don't know what you're
yeah.
talking about.
But yeah, and if you've not heard of Keith Moon as a drummer, at that point, obviously you weren't into classic, rock, and that whole thing is. but
No, I mean, the usual 80s
Well, you hear
radio,
that,
Van
yeah.
Halen,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
well, which kind of brings me to the question. Now, when I ask who influenced you to play drums, I mean someone that you personally knew. Was there someone in your life that was like that kind of
Yeah.
encouraged you? Got you?
Yeah, well, pretty good segue to the Van Halen thing. I had a neighborhood friend named Matt Swisher, and he used to just sit out like by the stop sign up from my house, just like a little boom box, listening to like Diver Down.
Oh, nice.
You know.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't think he'd mind if I said, like 7th grade, the 6-pack of Schlitz. you know that.
We're a little different.
Hey,
It was the
yeah,
80s,
for sure.
you
Yeah,
know, it was
things
the
were different.
80s.
So
Yeah, it's the yeah, it's the universe balancing out. Like Gen Z doesn't drink. We
Right.
took care of that in the 80s.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
so it's
Oh,
all-
yeah.
for sure.
100%.
So yeah,
We
but
started at 7.
Matt
you know?
was and still is like just one of the best drummers. He was in marching band before me,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I kind
So
of
you know
followed
the
him
technique, the
in those
technical-
footsteps and all that kind of stuff. I started drumming before I met Matt, but early on, I would say he probably, other than like Alex Van Halen,
Right.
Neil Peart, stuff like that. Like
Right.
as far as like you said personally,
Yeah, personally.
probably be Matt Swisher, and then when we started touring with Brainiac, it was those drummers.
Okay.
So Mac McNeely of the Jesus Lizard,
Yeah.
I stole more from him than anybody.
Oh, is that right?
Like
okay.
the Keith Mooney stuff is
Yeah.
probably. I mean, I didn't intentionally. I just loved him so much. Our first big tour was the Lizard.
yeah.
Sarah Lund from Unwound's another favorite. Like when you tour with people, Alexis Fleissig from Girls Against Boys.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you watch him play every night. You just Zach Baracus from Jawbox, insanely good drummer. You just like
Well,
you
you see
become
part of
so
their technique,
close.
and you're like, I
Yeah.
want to steal that. If
you
that's
see them
all right.
every single
You know,
night, and
yeah.
you're just in awe. You just kind of fall in love.
Right.
I
Oh,
see
yeah.
why.
And they may not be like the most like proficient or technical
Sometimes
drummers,
it's
but
style,
for me,
it's charisma.
personally, like Darren Penley, you know him.
Yeah.
He and
Oh,
I
yeah,
saw
no.
the Roll Them Bones tour
Yeah.
at Hare Arena, Rush.
Yep.
I couldn't wait for Neil Peart's drum solo to be over with.
Yeah.
It was way too long.
Sometimes it goes too long.
technical. I was
Yeah,
like,
it was very technical. And that was.
I'm
which
just
reminds-
like more of the caveman guy, you
Yeah.
know, more of the spirit, like.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
there was
all.
actually a quote. Well, Van Morrison, Neil Peart was one of his least favorite drummers. The
Oh,
reason
he's
being,
incredible. Don't get me wrong.
incredible drummer, but the technique he felt took away from the feel.
Yeah, which is kind of Rush's vibe, you know. They're
Yeah,
kind of
It
mathy.
is. Yeah, you have to keep it all in the context. Which, okay, speaking of just drums, technique, the whole deal, on Bounce Money Baby, you have a great ride cymbal sound. The bell on that thing was just great.
Yeah.
Do you remember what I'm going to guess it was a Zildjian. Sounds like a Zildjian that I had once before. I was just curious what equipment you used during that album
Oh,
and how your equipment maybe
gosh.
changed over the
Wow,
years.
we going back.
Yeah.
What year was that
I
you
can't
recorded
remember
that
last
that
week.
was 90. Well, I'll let him answer.
Yeah, that was 93. Smack Money Baby came out in 93. So we recorded, probably late 92, early 93. When I first joined Brainiac, I had like a 8-piece silver
Really?
chrome Yamaha.
Oh, that's different.
Like total
Then you
like
went down to the 4, right?
arena rock.
whatever.
That's the drum set I tried out for
Oh, okay.
Brainiac in Tim's basement. And just quickly, no, it was the opposite. It was like where I think the
Almost a jazz set.
well, I don't know. They were pretty common, like in the late '80s. Just like like your first tom was like 6.
Yeah, 6, 8, 10, 12.
6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, like it was like, like I had a roto tom.
Oh, yeah,
You know, like
You got to have the rota.
you had to have the,
Yeah.
Hold on, sorry, I need to turn these a little bit.
yeah. But I tried out for Brainiac, and Tim and Juan just have like these like really cool like cabinets and heads that are like ancient and covered in like fabric and like super artistic, and I instantly realized that really wasn't the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So-
you're coming with a shiny
Yeah, I
polished
think
drum set. Yeah.
So then I got like pawn shop kits, which back then 90s was like heaven on earth for pawn shops. You could get
That was a
modes
glory day,
for like
wasn't it, back
50
in-
bucks.
back in
Yeah.
those
You could
days?
get like 60s a whole drum kit for a couple $100,
Yeah.
But I can't remember what I recorded on. I think it would have been my drums, but it's Eli Janney from the Girls Against Boys that he engineered, produced that record. And he got really great drum sounds, but I think it
just
might have
kinda-
actually been Sabian.
Really?
early on,
Okay.
yeah,
It's just
but-
that bell sound reminds me of because what caused me to ask what.
That was back
person
when I actually
influenced you.
played a ride cymbal.
Oh yeah. Then
Yeah.
you started hitting the ride.
Then I just started
flash or
buying
ride-
24-inch crashes.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I thought. You get that ride crash sound.
True story, yeah.
Real washy kind of feel. But yeah, that's just what reminded me of it. So equipment is extremely important, especially I think the Brainiac sound, because I feel like you guys had some really unique sounds, and I know Tim was very into experimental.
Yeah, so,
Oh, well,
so
yeah,
ironically,
to say
you're
the
right, but the equipment was important, but it was kind of backwards. We didn't buy good stuff.
Right. Yeah.
They played like funky Japanese guitars and
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
Fresh Store
some
drum
low-grade
sets.
stuff, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's what gives it that raw
And
feel.
part of the 80s and 90s pawn shop heaven was like all those Dayton late 70s, early 80s funk bands that like moved to LA and sold all their, synthesizers,
Right.
all their equipment. So
So you guys took advantage of that, which is
sure.
Absolutely.
got anything,
Chad,
Paul?
you got any? Because I know you had some questions that you wanted to.
Yeah, a lot of that, like kind of what we were touching on, a little bit ago, you mentioned like Jesus Blizzard, things like that. Like, what was it like playing with these guys? They influenced you a lot, but I mean, come on, everybody out there wants to hear these stories.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
touring stories.
No,
yeah.
absolutely.
Blizzard, I was always a big fan of them as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
nerding out a little bit on it.
Sure. Well, so the first year and a half, or maybe 2 years that, Brainiac we booked our own tours. We had a local guy who's still active in the music scene named Chris Weddle. He helped us book some stuff. And, but, these were like, understandably, we're playing like, where we're sitting right now.
Yeah.
Canal
Yeah.
Street Tavern in Dayton, and then like Euclid Tavern in Cleveland,
Okay.
which is like the doppelganger
Oh,
of this
really?
place in Cleveland.
Tiny stage and
Yeah,
and,
those-
and big music scene
Like
area.
we played once early on. I want to say it was in the Carolinas, like actually behind Chicken Wire.
Oh wow, Blues
Yeah,
Brothers stuff.
Blues
yeah.
Brothers style, like 25,
Yeah.
25, 30 people. Yeah, and we were catching some steam and getting some, some headwind with our fan base, but that was what it was like. So then we got that tour with Girls Against Boys and Jesus Lizard, and it was super early and super quick. And I remember we started off like a little bit of our own tour, like in these little small intimate clubs. And I think the last show on that little leg was in Louisville, and it was a matinee show, so it was early, but the next night was in Albuquerque.
Oh,
So I don't know if those listening are good with American geography, but
that's pretty far
not
down.
close. Yeah. So it was like a
And how were you
20-some
how were
hour
you traveling at
drive.
the time?
Oh, in 82 Chevy van.
Van, yeah, there you go.
Just
Right
like
on.
Econoline, yeah. It was, yeah, absolutely. So we get there to Albuquerque. It's night one of that tour, and it's this beautiful big theater. And we're first the whole tour. We're the opener, then Jeevers B, and then the Jesus Lizard. And I'd never seen anything like it. Like David Yao took the stage, and from minute one, just chaos.
Took it over, huh?
Just absolute chaos.
Yeah.
And then you get off the stage, and it's the sweetest human being
Yeah.
planet Earth.
Yeah.
Just like a love bug. Just oh my gosh, like the best human being. Still is. Got to hang out with them last year because they're playing
Yeah.
again. I saw them at Bogart's, and that was wonderful catching up with them. 'Cause we tour with them a lot. But yeah, it was just 0 to 100.
Wow.
Just seeing that live. And then I want to say the next night was in Phoenix, which another big club and crazy night. And then maybe the next night with them was like in Los Angeles.
Oh.
So we're just these kids from Dayton, Ohio, and all of a sudden we're playing at the Whiskey A Go Go.
Oh wow.
Oh, damn. Yeah, right.
Just
Yeah.
iconic. Yeah, and warning alert, for name dropping and stuff, but it was that kind of night. It was just nuts because like the Smashing Pumpkins were there.
Oh shit.
Like the whole band, were in town touring, I don't know, but they were big Lizard fans. Probably other people I didn't know. But the craziest thing was backstage, Timothy Leary was there.
Really?
Yes,
Oh.
Timothy Leary, not long before he died.
Oh wow.
And
Damn.
so
Oh, yeah.
just watching him and David Yao interact, which is this slightly organized lunacy,
Yeah.
was just
Organized learning. Yeah, I like that.
crazy. Yeah, and then afterwards we went to like a Hollywood Hills party, and 2 years
Oh, that's-
prior,
yeah.
I don't know, I'm in Sinclair,
And how old
Yeah,
are you at
taking
this time?
Spanish,
How old are you at this time?
19.
You okay?
19.
I was gonna say you saw so much of this
19,
world
20.
in your late teens, early 20s. That's just nuts. Well, speaking of the travels, and I don't want to cut you off, but and you're touring and things, was you remember playing here in '92? Obviously, there was and there is a video out there. I don't know if you've seen it that somebody recorded on VHS.
Oh yeah.
Have
I saw
you
it
seen? Do
recently.
you know who that was? It says something about who put it out, and I can't remember if it says who recorded it.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw it.
But oddly enough, I was watching it. It's about 30-some minutes, and towards the middle of it, the date of April 27th, 2027 pops up on it. You know how you used to be able to date your videos on your
yeah.
VHS?
Oh, they did it, yeah.
It
What,
was
April
like
what?
April 2027.
27.
It was 2027 was the year that
Oh,
was
there was
posted.
no actual date though, like April something.
No, it was
was
it
gonna
was
s-
April 27th or 20. I can show you real quick. It was in
2027.
92.
2027.
It was in 92.
I just
but-
want to know so we can have a show here on that day.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
here,
exactly. That's a
okay,
good
all
point.
right. Well, let me show you. Let
Well,
me
the
see.
thing of which with it showing a future date, how do you feel? I know you got to feel good about it, but how do you feel when people talk about you guys being an influence? We're talking, major bands.
Yeah, that's incredible. So I have a 23-year-old
Yeah,
named
how's Noah
Noah.
doing, by the way?
He's a musician, and he's my best bud.
Yeah,
He
Right
loves
on.
music, and he loves he's just so eclectic, his taste. He listens to everything.
oh, good.
And he recently fell in love with Nine Inch Nails, and we got to see him Friday together in Columbus.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that was his first big concert, but it was cool for him because we're in this 20,000 person arena. He knows every word to every song, and he also knows that this front man on stage was a huge Brainiac fan,
Yeah.
and Trent Reznor. So that's pretty okay.
That's
You know,
pretty amazing.
That's not awful. So
So does Noah
Yeah.
consider you cool then? I mean,
it
or you
go-
still
it-
just dad?
It goes in flurries.
Yeah.
Yeah, most days I'm
According to
cool.
who he's
April
with.
24th, 2020, August 24th.
August
24th.
24th. All right. Oh, that's a different video than one I saw.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, the one I saw recently is
I've got it on. I took a photograph of it so we can do
cool.
that.
The one
But
the one I saw was a video of us live, but it's like a 7-inch song over top.
Oh,
of it.
really?
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
a live
Oh,
music.
Not of you guys,
you
not of you guys.
But it was just so wild when I saw that. I'm sitting here watching this, and all of a sudden this date pops up, and I went, "That's the future. There's no way."
How did this happen? But let's
Well,
segue into
and
some good
why
questions
is
that
it the
worked out.
future?
Well, it's funny you say that though, because we a lot of the current and new fans that we have when we tour, we hear a lot that the music has not only held up,
Yeah.
but still sounds ahead of its time in some ways.
It
Yes.
does. It really does.
So-
100%.
So that's
my grandkids.
maybe
I,
it started with that video.
I was playing some of it for my grandkids, and Mason was just like, "Oh, I dig this.
Yeah.
I dig this." And he's
Yeah, that was the
50,
coolest
14,
thing. Like we got to tour in 2023 with the Scottish band Mogwai in the UK
Yeah, I was going to ask you about
for
that.
2 weeks, which was incredible. But one of the most incredible things about that tour is there are all these young kids in the UK that were coming to see us
Oh, yeah.
at
that's
Mogwai
really-
shows, and finding us after the show, and they were just freaks, like in
Yeah.
the best way. Just total, just kids out in the fringes.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of the early 90s because it was the same thing right here in this room.
Yeah.
People that love Brainiac were this kind of misfits that we just kind of connected with them.
Yeah.
They would send, we had a P.O. box, they would send us like their CAT scans. Like stuff like that, like those kind of fans.
Yeah.
And we kind of seen that full circle.
You guys didn't diagnose anybody, did you?
No, we didn't,
good.
but we were, a couple times probably like, you might want to follow up on that.
Yeah, you might need to see a specialist about that. But no, I was kind of curious about the since you brought up Mogwai. The idea of, because they're all instrumental, is that correct? Mostly.
They sing a little bit here and there.
But was it a kind of a different vibe, different crowd that comes to see a mainly instrumental band?
Yeah, so we were a little concerned about that. I think all things said, it went a lot better than we thought it would.
Yeah.
Because we had some of our fans showing up. We played a couple shows by ourselves. We booked
Okay.
on their days off because we can afford it. We can afford to have a day off traveling to the UK.
Right.
But for
Yeah.
the most part, it worked great, and they're amazing guys.
Yeah.
They're
That's always good to
They're
hear.
so funny. And in 1996, I want to say, 95, when we played in Edinburgh, they opened up for us.
Oh, really?
They were just
Okay.
starting off,
Yeah,
and we hit it off, became friends. And I don't know if they were still correspondence going on or not, but we kind of connected all the way back in the late 90s. And so then, current day, John Brainiac, he's the touring bass player in Caribou, and they're all over the festival circuit. So he saw Stuart.
Caribou, you said?
Caribou, yeah.
Okay.
So he saw Stuart at a festival late 22. Yeah, I guess it'd be late summer 2022, and Stuart's like, hey, what would you think about coming with us for a stretch in the UK? And
Right? Hell yeah.
Hey, that's cool.
yeah, and we were like, you know, because the time difference, you know, we have a WhatsApp
Oh,
time
yeah.
difference. I'm like, oh, I think maybe John's drunk. You know, this can't be
There's no way
right.
this is real.
This can't be true. And then it got more and more real and more real, and then I was like putting a rush on a passport. You know?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
now.
Well, it's a beautiful country. I absolutely love Scotland.
We
Edinburgh's a
we
cool
traveled
city.
as far east as I think near maybe Budapest, and the
Oh, okay.
UK is my favorite place
Yeah.
I've ever been. Something
Yeah.
about it's magical.
It's beautiful. I spent a little time in Liverpool. Talk about a music city. That was a blast.
Nice. We played there once. I'm
Yeah.
a big Liverpool football club fan.
Oh, okay. There you
Yeah.
go. Well, that's cool. Well, now who right now, because of the energy of the band in general, who was that main focus person that's really drawing in people? Who's taking the front man?
That's
Is that
John.
John.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
what I
John,
thought. Okay.
and he's been amazing. John's the one who's like booking all these tours. He's the one doing all the hard work, contacting all of the venues. And because John's never stopped doing this, like when Brainiac stopped, when Tim died, I went my way, Juan went his way.
Right.
Juan and I both played with bands here and there, kind of project style, but John never stopped.
Really?
Yeah, he did almost instantly started the band Enon, who were awesome, and they had a great following, and they toured for many years, and then he hooked up with Caribou, so he and his wife Toko, it's just their living. Always
Nice.
has been, since the 90s.
So he's in that.
So he has the connections, he has the hookups, he knows these people.
So how'd that conversation go when John, continued to play the way he was?
Oh.
Said, hey guys, how did you get back together?
Yeah, well, the big catalyst for that was a documentary that came out in 2019. Eric Mahoney, we kind of owe it to him in a lot of ways. He contacted us, before that and asked what we thought about doing a documentary. And I think there had been some stuff in the wind before that of people, talking about it, asking about it, and just never really felt like something we wanted to do or timing or whatever. And unfortunately, we didn't really remain super close over all those years. We did a couple little things, benefits for our friend Jeremy's daughter, who he died 2013-ish, I think. It's been a while now.
Yeah.
And so we did this annual fundraiser for his daughter, and we got together just spontaneously and did that. But we weren't really, it wasn't a cohesive thing. And so when Eric contacted us, we did his Skype. We did like a Skype call.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm here. I think at the time maybe John was in Echo Park, Los Angeles. I think Juan was in Brooklyn. And so we just talked about it. Said, well, let's explore this.
Yeah.
And so we did the interviews, and Eric did a great job, and he talked to a bunch of different people, and the documentary came out. And so this kind of interest came back.
Really spiked.
And so then we played again at the Bright Side
Okay.
for the release
Right.
of that,
Yeah.
And we were like, I don't know, maybe it'll work, and it
Let's see
sold
what
out,
happens.
But we had a lot of friends. I think just about every single song was a different singer, guest singers. It still wasn't a cohesive thing.
Right. Yeah.
And so there was Eric, and the documentary was a catalyst, and then Stuart and Mogwai.
Oh, okay.
And so almost every night on that UK tour, John would thank Stuart because that was the thing that really put it over the top.
Okay.
And that's what made us kind of become a band again.
Oh, that's cool.
Like an actual band where we thought, you know what, if we're going to do this, we need to just do it.
Right.